What is up, Green Teamers? We're in the final part of conducting a home search. We're in part 6 of 6 today. Following up on showings, there's two main things that we really want to talk about. So if you show a property, there's two possible situations. The buyers want to buy the house or the buyers don't want to buy the house. So let's talk to the first one first. So talking with buyers, we want to get their overall thoughts on the property. Again, when we're gathering this feedback, don't do it in a situation where the seller could potentially be watching or listening in. So make sure you're far enough from the property where no camera or audio is going to pick you up. Want to get their overall thoughts on the property. We want to get any additional questions that they have about the property answered as best we can at that point and know what we need to ask the listing agent potentially. And then we always want to ask if they want to make an offer on this property that we just showed. So what would an offer look like on this property for you guys? What do you think about making an offer? However you want to say it, however you're most comfortable. You've got to move people towards realizing this is a serious decision to make. This isn't, we're just looking at houses and joyriding around. We are going to ask them after every showing if they'd like to make an offer on this property or what would an offer for them look like on this property so that we can get some real feedback and get them thinking seriously about it. A lot of people will go look at 10 houses and they wouldn't even realize they were supposed to think about actually buying them. They just think they're judges that are deciding if which houses they like and which decor they like and things like that. So make sure you're reminding them after each showing this is a serious decision and ask them if they want to make an offer on this property. So that's kind of the scenario of they probably didn't want to make an offer. Let's get our feedback on why they didn't want to make an offer so that we can better line up those next showings and make sure we're being productive and getting closer to the actual contract. Now, if they do want to make an offer, this is the important part that we need to get the info that we need to write the offer. So you've got to ask the right questions. And what we need are their full names, their full legal names they want to take the property in. These could be their personal names, or this could be potentially an LLC or company name, depending on how they're buying the property. But we need to know the full legal names they want to take title in. We need to know their purchase price, so that offer price they want to make on the property, how much earnest money they're putting down, closing date on when they would like to close the property. Most people won't know this, but you need to explain to them, hey, it's probably about 45 days out. It's got to be a weekday. It's a great time to have that discussion about what they want to be that closing date. Do you want it to be on a Friday so that you can move over the weekend? Do you have a certain day of the week that you get to work a half day so you want to close on that day? Who knows what their situation is, but we're going to talk about closing date there. And then their financing info. So hopefully we've already got the pre-approval at this point. We know what type of loan we're talking about, but we can verify, hey, so this will be a 10% down loan that we're putting together on a conventional or whatever the loan type is. We need to get that information so that we can write up the offer. And then any inclusions or exclusions that they have for the property. So inclusions, things they want to stay with the property that wouldn't normally stay, like a refrigerator or a washer and dryer. Exclusions, things they want taken out of the property that wouldn't normally be taken out of the property. Like if they have TV mounts they don't want to stay, they could ask there for those to be excluded. The other two things you might ask for at this point are seller paid buyer closing costs, if they're going to request any seller paid buyer closing costs, or a home warranty potentially in this situation. And then you're also going to want to know that compensation agreement. So hopefully, again, you've already talked about this when you're putting together your buyer brokerage agreement. They're paying you 3%, but they want to request 3% on every offer. So we already know it going into when we're writing the offer. But those are kind of three additional things you might need to re-ask about if you don't know it for this specific property. The best way to get this info is to go to your drive. If you don't remember what stuff you're supposed to ask for, go to your drive and you can just search offer info outline. There's a template in there that looks just like this. And it reminds you to ask for the full names, the offer price, earnest money, those closing costs, closing date, compensation agreement, inclusions, exclusions, and we can also put in here home warranty. I didn't have it, but we can. And just that's where you would put if they're requesting a home warranty and maybe how much that they're requesting the seller pay towards a home warranty, something like that. So, and then you put your loan information. This isn't super formal, but it's just a great way to remember to ask all the right questions. Maybe you're on the phone after your day of showings and they're saying they want to make an offer. You can pull up this form and ask them all the right questions to make sure you have all the info so that you don't have to keep going back to them while you're writing the offer and asking, oh yeah, one more thing. Oh yeah, one more thing. Or if you forget something really important, like they really wanted to ask for the fridge and you didn't put it in the offer and they didn't notice it when they signed it, you don't want to be in that situation. So it's a really clean way to make sure you've got all of the info before you start writing the offer. That's the best way to handle it. We're going to go into writing the offer in our next series. We'll see you guys there.